Iris folding is back, and here at Hunky Dory we've created 4 brand new die sets to help you become a master of this well-loved craft. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So let's get started. For this demonstration, what you will need is your die set. I've chosen the hummingbird. You're going to need some paper from your A6 paper folding pad, a craft glue stick, some ink me, a trimmer and a pair of scissors. So to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to cut out our aperture for our iris folding. So I've got a piece of cardstock here that is just slightly smaller than 6 by 6 because we're going to mat and layer this, and I'm going to position this in the center of my ink me. We're then going to add our low tack tape just to make sure that this stays nice in place. Then we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. So let's get our plates and pop it through. Once we remove our die, it leaves you with a perfectly cut aperture in the chosen shape. Then what you want to do is bring back in your die packaging. Now on your die packaging, on one side you have full photograph instructions, and on the other side you have the template which allows you to build up your iris folding into a beautiful pattern. So I'm going to take my low tack tape again and my piece that we have already die cut. We're going to flip this over and line it up with this image. So once that is all lined up and in place, then I'm just going to stick my piece of ink me down onto that template. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our A6 paper folding pad. This one I've chosen has the wonderful swirls on, and we're going to trim this down. So in your instructions it says to trim it to between 3 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that at 3.5 centimeters, and I'm just going to trim these all the way across. Now with iris folding, to get a perfect look and end result, what you want to do is fold your pieces of paper in half so that you have no rough edges showing. So once you've got all your strips cut down to size, then we're just going to fold them in half like so, and then we're just going to pop them to the side for when we want to use them. And now the fun begins. We're going to start building up our wonderful image on our iris folding. You just start from number 1 and go all the way down to the last number, which is 34. The best thing about the templates that have been designed is that you can see that there's different colours in these templates, and now you can use these different templates as a guide to use different coloured papers to build up a prettier image on the inside of your iris folding. So let's begin. I'm going to take my glue stick and a pair of scissors, and I'm going to start off with a dark purple strip. Now for ease, what I've already done is I've taken my strips that I've already folded and I've gone along them with my purple glue stick, and I've just added a bit of glue to the edge and stuck that together. Now when you do this and you stick them all down, it just makes it a little bit neater underneath, and all of your folds will be quite flat. So we're going to start off with the darker colour, and I'm going to go over the number 1. Now this is just a tiny piece here, so I'm going to take my folded pieces of paper and I'm going to cut them down like so. And then using my glue stick, I'm just going to go around the edge of my image here and add glue. So we'll start off with number 1. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue over the top of that one, and then we'll stick down number 2, and then we're going to carry on like this all the way round our hummingbird. Now we've finished section 1, I'm going to change over my colour for the next bit because we're going to do the separate wings. So I'm going to do wing 1 in a lighter purple, and then I'm going to do the back wing in the purple, which has this beautiful swirled foiling on. So I'm going to follow my grid and I'm going to stick these on. So we're going to start up here with number 6. Now I've got my 2 wings covered, we're going to start up here and move upwards. We're also going to change up our colour, and I'm going to go in with the darker purple in the beautiful swirls. Now we've got these pieces done, we're going to move back on to number 24 and follow this round to 27. I'm going to do this with the same purple we did the beak in and follow that pattern into the centre. Now this section is done, we're going to move back over to number 28 and we're going to go upwards up until 31. We're going to do that with our purple swirly once again. Now for these 3 centerpieces, they swirl inwards, so I'm going to use the coordinating colours from each 3 sides and I'm going to go around following the numbers as instructed on our template. So we're going to go in with 32, 33, and then for 34 I'm going to go back in with a lighter piece of purple. Now this time I haven't folded this piece, and I'm going to trim a little section that I know will cover that whole center piece, and then just add some glue around the outside edges, and we'll stick that into the center. And then you can remove your cardstock from your template, and you will reveal your beautiful iris folded image. Now all that's left to do is to stick this to the front of our card. So I've got some Matte-tastic cardstock in the beautiful lilac colour, and I've chosen to use our Moonstone Minis, and we've gone with Get Well Soon. So I'm just going to add a piece of tape to my outside edges. You can also use foam pads. Using foam pads will allow the height that you've created here not to sort of bulge on the front of your card. However, I think when you use your glue stick and you make sure that all of your panels are nice and stuck down together, then you reduce the height and you can use your tape around the edges. So I'm going to mat and layer this onto a piece of my 6x6 Matte-tastic, and that's going to leave me with a nice purple edge. Like so. And then I'm going to use my sentiment on the front of my card. Now if you do get glue on your front of your cardstock, don't worry, because our purple glue stick does dry clear, so just leave it for a little while and that will dry nice and clear. I'm going to add my sentiment Get Well Soon, and then let's go in with some purple gemstones. I'm going to go in with my with these beautiful glitter gemstones, and I'm going to use this lightest purple, and I think I'm just going to put one on each corner. So we'll just go for that, and then have I got some more in that colour? I do. One more on the edge, and then there we go. We have finished our iris folding card.